What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with my last MLB power rankings for the regular season. Heading into the last week of the season, we have a lot to unpack, and I'll get into it here. But first, I'll start with the pitchers of the week. You have Mike Clevenger and Jordan Montgomery. These guys had two great weeks last week. Clevenger throwing a complete game, giving up only one earned run, and that being a home run. With Montgomery, he had two starts of 7 innings, 14 strikeouts, a win, and two quality starts. And he put the Rangers back in a position in the AL West. And then the hitters of the week are JD Martinez and Nick Castellanos. Martinez finally coming out clutch, and he had 4 home runs in a span of 4 games. And Castellanos, he hits home runs at the worst times, it feels like, but it really helped the Phillies this week clinch almost a postseason berth. They just need one more win, and they will get in the playoffs. The dogs of the week are the Kansas City Royals. They swept Cleveland and the Astros last week, going 6-0, coming out of nowhere, going 13-8 this September. They've scored 35 runs in the last 6 games, and they won 3 one-score games and won 2 two-score games. So they really made it count, but they finished strong to get those wins. Then the duds of the week are those Astros, going 1-5 last week, losing a 3-game series to Baltimore, and then getting swept to Kansas City at home. And now they travel to Seattle and Arizona, teams that are looking to also clinch a wild card spot. And if the Astros get swept against the Mariners, you can pretty much kiss their chances goodbye to make the playoffs. And it's a very big series for them here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So if you're watching baseball, make sure to put those games on. Then the movers of the week, you can see here, Rangers, Phillies, Pirates move up, Astros, Marlins, and Cardinals move down. And not too much is taking place here. All these teams have been eliminated. Kansas City's great week. Rockies' awful week drops them down. Washington moves up. St. Louis moves down. And then those Guardians move down after a bad week. But they'll close with Detroit for their final ranking. 20 through 11. This is where 20 through 16 now is kind of those guys are already eliminated. But the Pirates did move up after a good week, and same with the Padres going 5-1. The Reds are still in it, but just right there, and they need to win out to pretty much get in the playoffs. The Cubs, Marlins, Diamondbacks, they're all going to be those teams, those 3 teams fighting for the last 2 spots in the NL wildcard. Then those Twins fall out of the top 10, even though they won the AL Central. And 10 through 1, this is where it gets interesting. Astros, Mariners, and Rangers are all in the AL West, and that's still up for grabs. Whoever wins that division obviously gets their playoff spot in a home playoff series, where whoever doesn't win that division, more than likely at least one of these teams is going to have a wild card, but it's going to be the Blue Jays, Mariners, Astros. Mariners play the Astros this week, and that could decide what's going to happen for the playoffs. But if they go 2-1 or someone sweeps, they're probably going to be in and the other's out. And the other will have the advantage going into the last 3 games of the weekend. But we'll jump to 7 with the Phillies moving up 2 after a 6-1 week for them. Blue Jays, as I mentioned, they have a good record here to get in the playoffs. Then these teams in the top 5 are playoff teams already. The Rays and Orioles are the only 2 teams that are fighting for spots in the playoffs, as they're playing for who's going to be the 1 seed in the AL. But that's going to be it for this week's Power Rankings. Check back next week to see where I will rank all of the playoff teams and where their chances are in winning the World Series this year. But until the next time, the Bench Buddies are out.